my article training with Ferguson, which is now part of Deloitte, and I came in straight after college. I was at SRCC, and I came in straight as an article training. So that was my first and only job that I've ever done. I think I was very fortunate to get a few extremely interesting audits right at the beginning of my second year as a lead, and I think that gave me immense exposure and confidence to actually handle assignments independently. And I think another turning point for me really was that right after I qualified as a CA, I still had a month's article training to go. I got a few very good offers from companies like American Express and McKinsey and Citibank, and the partner at Ferguson that time actually encouraged me to not take up any of these jobs. But I'd also got a scholarship to go to the London School of Economics. So he had a long chat with me and convinced me to actually not look at an immediate job and go out and study and try and widen my horizon and vision. And I think that was an excellent piece of advice, and that really changed my life. I think there were a number of nostalgic and very interesting moments there. We had a small and very well-knit team. So I think it was not as huge as the firms we have today, and it was a very sort of informal firm where we all knew each other. We were not more than about 100 people in the office, and not more than about 40 odd article training across 3 years. So I think we really enjoyed ourselves. While we worked hard, we partied hard, and I think it's something that we still remember till date, and a lot of us are still in touch. Of course, most of us have we've gone into various streams of life, but that's a strong bond that still keeps us together. I think besides relationships, Deloitte or Ferguson really taught us a lot in terms of systems, and in terms of being organized, in terms of being able to handle large assignments and interface and interact with clients. So I think that's very important, and we sort of understood the importance of going that extra mile and working hard to be able to on one hand we had to do the balancing act of not compromising on our professional work that we were doing, at the same time getting on well with the client as well. So I think it really taught us to do that. I think I already mentioned that the advice that I got to actually go in and study abroad, because I had already qualified as a CA and CS, and then to go in and do a master's from the London School of Economics, I think that was a very sort of unconventional advice that I got, and that against a very good job. I think that was very important, and my partner there really told me that, look, you've got the best education in India, and you could always sort of start working or earning money right away, but the international exposure is what is lacking, and that was a time when not very many people went out to study. I think that was the best piece of advice that I got, and I think I got a lot of backing from the entire firm when I was standing for the elections of Central Council, and I think I won the elections largely because of a very united Ferguson backing me. I think the fact that it is continuing to grow, it is continuing to sort of maintain its brand as a firm which has an extremely good reputation of quality and professional delivery. I think that is extremely good, and now being part of the Deloitte family, in fact, gives that international branding which Ferguson on its own was not having. And I think the professionalism and the exposure that I got in those 3 years of article training laid the foundation which probably even till date is very important for anything that I do. I think first of all I tell them to sort of not just get bogged down in the day-to-day audit and accountancy, because that's an advice that I like to give people, because on its own chartered accountancy might not be the most sort of interesting or attractive professions to be in. But I think take this opportunity of whether you're working or whether you're doing your training in Deloitte, take this opportunity to actually inculcate the systems and values that you have there. Try and get into understanding how larger companies, larger corporates really work. Try and go beyond your work and widen your horizon. And once you've got that foundation in place, then whether you decide to make a career in audit and accounting or any other avenue, and today there are hundreds of avenues for accountants, I think this training, this professional exposure that you'll get, this will be useful wherever you do and whatever you do.